You know, there's a real difference between expressing your pain and exporting your pain. I've been sitting with that lately because expressing pain is honest. It's healthy, even. It says, that hurt, or I'm hurting, or I'm struggling, or maybe I need support, or I'm trying to process something right now. That's human. But exporting pain is a little different because exporting pain is when we take the storm that's inside of us and we hand it over to somebody else without responsibility, without awareness or even care of the impact. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize when they've crossed that line. They think or even say things like, I'm just being honest, or I'm speaking my truth. And meanwhile, the other person is standing there getting emotionally unloaded on like there's some kind of a human trash can for unresolved hurt. Words matter. Energy matters. Tone matters. And pain does not automatically become wisdom just because it's expressed loudly. Sometimes wounded people verbally vomit onto others and call it authenticity or just being real. But honesty without emotional responsibility can quietly just become another kind of emotional abuse, especially when someone is constantly dumping rage or blame or accusation, projection, even their unresolved trauma onto people around them and expecting everybody else to just absorb it. That doesn't heal relationships. It damages nervous systems. And it just perpetuates the abuse that you received and you refuse to heal. I think one of the signs of emotional maturity is learning how to say, this pain is real, but it is still mine to steward responsibly. That changes everything, in my opinion, because mature expression seeks understanding. Exported pain usually seeks relief at someone else's expense. And we're living in a time where many people are deeply overwhelmed internally already. Nervous systems are completely overloaded. And there's a lot of people carrying around grief and fear and a sense of loneliness and exhaustion and disappointment. So the temptation to emotionally discharge onto others is incredibly high right now. I get that. Social media especially has normalized this strange idea that every emotion deserves immediate broadcast and every wound deserves an audience. But not every feeling needs a freaking microphone in its rawest form. Sometimes healing looks less like emotional explosion and more like learning how to pause long enough to ask, am I communicating or am I just bleeding all over people? That question alone could save a lot of relationships, families, communities, and even our own peace, and actually keep you from hindering your own healing by just throwing it off as speaking my truth.